Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Vietnam Stock Market Opportunities. It's an honor to have the opportunity to address such a distinguished audience. And if you want to open a legal trading account, please contact us with the email Vietnamstockmarket.entry@gmail.com. Telegram Vietnamstockmarket.entry with the phone number is +8491 432 6556. Or you can also scan a 2 QR codes on the screen so that we can support you. And the other way to contact with us is please follow and subscribe the channel name Areca Capital Channel. The owner of this YouTube channel is Areca Nguyen. She's a personal financial advisor and a Viet Capital Security stockbroker manager. You can contact her with the email hongduonguyuan@vcc.com.vn with the phone number is +8491 432 6556. We always welcome you to our office on the 11th floor, 119 That Street, Hoàn Kiếm District, Hanoi, Vietnam. And today I would like to update you about LHG. LHG is an industrial park developer in Long An province with a total of 460 hectares of land. LHG's IP projects are in close proximity to Ho Chi Minh City and is ports only 19 kilometers south of central Ho Chi Minh City. LHG is 49% owned by state-owned Tân Thuận Industrial Development Limited Company. As you can see on the screen, this is the report which was collected by Viet Capital Securities about LHG on the 1st December 2022, with the current price is 20,900 Vietnam dong. Target price 32,900 Vietnam dong. Last target price 61,900 Vietnam dong. Attractive valuation, strong net cash balance sheets. We maintain our buy rating for LHG, but cut our target price by 49% to 32,900 Vietnam dong per share. Our target price cut is mainly due to one, increasing our valuation discount to 40% compared to previously 20% to reflect increased risks resulting from the current trading restrictions on LHG's shares. Two, removing all of LHG's future projects, including Long Ho 3.2 and Anding, from our valuation. And three, increasing our WACC by 4.3 ppts. Our downward revision is partially offset by the positive effects from rolling our target price horizon forward to end 2023. We raised our 2022 forward net profit after tax and my forecast by 7%, following our higher assumed GPM forecast thanks to higher than expected GPM in 9 months 2022. Meanwhile, we cut our 2023 forward net profit after tax and my forecast by 3.9% due to lower IP land sales forecast in the year. We also lowered our 2024-2026 forward aggregate net profits after tax and my forecast by 22%, which is mainly due to removing LHG's future projects from our forecast and valuation. For 2022 forward, we forecast revenue of 768 billion Vietnam dong, $31 million, less than 1.8% year-over-year, and net profits after tax MI of 271 billion Vietnam dong, $11 million, less than 8.5% year-over-year, as we expect a year-over-year decline line in land sales recognition and a year-over-year contraction in NPM that will be partially offset by year-over-year increases in financial income and net other income. We forecast 2023 forward revenue of 777 billion Vietnam dong, $31 million, more than 1.2% year-over-year, and net profits after tax amount of 325 billion Vietnam dong, $13 million, more than 20% year-over-year. We expect the top line growth to be mainly driven by a recovery in ready-built factory revenue, while the bottom line will be supported by a normalized GPM in 2023 forward after an abnormally low base caused by non-recurring post recognitions. We believe LAG is a main beneficiary of high demand for IP land in Long An Province and Ho Chi Minh City, in addition to its valuable cleared land bank in prime locations. We believe LAG is well positioned to capture IP land demand as the neighboring Phuoc IP faces legal obstacles. Downside risks, lower than expected absorption rates and IP land ASP, higher than expected land clearance payables. Attractive valuation for a cash-rich IP developer, even as we apply a sharp discount to our R&AV valuation. As of NQ3 2022, LHE had a net cash balance of 1.1 trillion Vietnam dong, $44 million. Almost 104% of the company's current market capitalization. In addition to its strong cash position, LHE cleared and compensated for at least 38 hectares of IP land as of Q3 2022, which was 2 trillion Vietnam dong, $84 million. We estimate an ASP of $220 per square meter per term. Although we apply a significant valuation discount of 40% to LHE's R&AV valuation and conservatively remove its future projects from our valuation, LHE is trading at an attractive valuation. We note that LHE changed its independent auditor and expects to release its review H1 2022 financial statements in December 2022, which is the first step to resolve the current trading restrictions. RBF and dormitory leasing segments to provide stable cash inflows. RBF space to expand. We estimate net operating income from the segments will achieve a CAGR of 8% in 2021 to 2025 forward, with an annual average NOI of 115 billion Vietnam dong, $5 million. Moreover, LHE commenced 2 RBF projects in 2022 forward with a total 23,000 square meters of net floor area, raising its existing RBF space by 25%. Now we move to the 9 months 2022 recap. Profits plunged due to GPM contraction. IP land sales. VCSC comment. In 9 months 2022, LHC's IP land sales revenue plummeted 37% year-over-year to 342 billion Vietnam dong, $14 million. We believe 9 months 2021 was a relatively high base as LHC recorded 10.9 hectares of IP land sales for Logos Vietnam Long Unlimited Company, a foreign warehouse and logistics facility developer that expanded its businesses in Vietnam. We note that LHC has not released details in terms of land area and average selling price for the IP segment in 9 months 2022. RBF and dormitory leasing. In 9 months 2022, RBF and dormitory revenue dropped 13% year-over-year to 85 billion Vietnam dong, $3.5 million. We note that the revenue breakdown between RBFs and dormitories was not announced, but we believe the year-over-year decrease in 9 months 2022 was mainly due to the RBF segment as a segment targets small and mid-sized enterprises, which are negatively impacted by COVID-related disruptions in H2 2021. Nevertheless, RBF and dormitory revenue recovered sharply in Q3 2022 as it increased 33% Q-of-Q. GPM, we mainly attribute the low GPM of IP land sales in 9 months 2022 to the higher development costs for accumulated leased IP area following the upward development cost revision approved by shareholders at LHG's April 2022 AGM. Nevertheless, GPM of IP land sales in Q3 2022 was 58% compared to only 18% in Q2 2022 and 28% in H1 2022. We believe GPM in Q3 2022 recovered strongly from the abnormally low GPM in Q2 2022 that was due to recording a non-recurring upward cost revision for accumulated leased area. Next, that is the 2022 outlook. We expect single-digit decline in 2022 forward profits. IP land sales, we cut our 2022 forward IP land sales assumption to 10 hectares, less than 15% year-over-year compared to previously 12 hectares, more than 2% year-over-year at an estimated ASP of $220 per square meter per term, more than 10% year-over-year. Our current forecast in 2022 forwards is more conservative than management's guidance of 12 hectares. RBF and dormitory leasing, we maintain our 2022 forward RBF and dormitory leasing revenue of 114 billion Vietnam dong, $5 million, less than 10% year-over-year. The year-over-year decline in RBF and dormitory leasing revenue is mainly due to tenants being negatively affected by COVID-19 disruptions in H2 2021. On July 21st, 2022, LHG kicked off the expansion, the J4 Phase 1 expansion RBF project in Da Nang high-tech IP, which is expected to add 10,000 square meter, equivalent to 11% of LHE's existing RBF space. On October 10, 2022, LHE commenced construction on the RBF3A Phase 1 in the LH 3.1 IP, which has net leasable floor area of 13,000 square meter, equivalent to 14% of LHE's existing RBF space. LHE also stated that is welcomed two tenants that occupy 75% of this new RBF space. Net other income. We raised 2022 forward net other income, which is mainly due to higher than expected 9 months 2022 results. Net profit after tax MI. We raised our 2022 forward net profits after tax MI forecast by 7% to 271 billion Vietnam dong, $11 million, which is mainly thanks to our higher Zoom GPM of 44.3% compares to previously 42.5%. We estimate our higher GPM forecast to higher than expected GPM in Q3 2022, which recovered sharply after plunge in Q2 2022 due to cost revision. We forecast a 9 months 2020 in 9 months in a 9% year-over-year decline in 2022 forward net profits after tax MI mainly due to a year-over-year NPM contraction, which is partially offset by year-over-year increases in financial income and net other income. Financial income. We expect financial income to increase 29% year-over-year to 60 billion Vietnam dong, $2.4 million, which is mainly driven by LHE's improving financial position thanks to solid cash inflows from expected IP land sales, as well as a higher effective interest income rate. GPM, we forecast 2023 forward GPM of 53.4% compares to 44.3% in 2022 forward, as we expect GPM to recover sharply from an abnormally low base in 2022 forward due to the non-recurring upward revision of development costs for accumulated leased IP area. And now let's take a look through the valuation. We value LHE using a revalue net assets value approach, which we believe is the most suitable methodology for IP developers in order to capture the company's land bank value and long-term growth potential. We value LHE's IP projects and RBF and dormitory leasing projects using the DCF method with a WACC of 16.3%. We increase our valuation discount for LHG to 40% compared to previously 20% to reflect the increased rate regarding the prolonged trading restriction of LHG's shares. Previously, we applied a 20% valuation discount to reflect the risks of increasing payable responsibility to LHG's major shareholders, the Industrial Development Limited Company. This payable responsibility is related to previous land clearance for LHG's LH1 and LH2 IP projects, as IPC compensated landowners with resettlement area. LHE is responsible for reimbursing IPC with the value of the resettlement area, in addition to the cost of capital and fixed profits of 10%. In 2018 to 2020, IPC issues several documents to announce the estimated amounts of LHE's payables, which raised from 62 billion Vietnam dong to 328 billion Vietnam dong, 2.7 million US dollar to 14 million US dollar. LHE is still working with IPC to determine the value of payable amounts. The information that was obtained is insufficient to determine the value. Therefore, LHE has not recorded the payable balance nor made payments to IPC. LHE's auditors also included an emphasized matter in its financial statements for this issue. We note that we have not factored all of LHE's future projects into our valuation and forecasts that are awaiting final approval from the government, including the LH 3.2 IP, on the IP 200 hectares in Vietnam province and LH3 urban resettlement area project, 19 hectares. Here for evaluation summary. Here 6. Cash flow summary for RBF and dormitory leasing. Comparable peers. We select IP developers that are concentrated on developing projects in Southern Vietnam for comparison, as LHG has high exposure to Southern IP development. In terms of comparing LHG to its peers in the IP sectors, we believe the most widely used method to look at an IP developer is RNAV. However, we do not have sufficient information to conduct RNAV for all of LHG's peers. As IP developers adopt different accounting methodologies for IP land sales recognition, we perform an adjustment for their book value, as we believe adjusted PB is more comparable among listed IP developers. As LHG purely use one-off IP land sales recognition method, Well, while its peers use an echo allocation recognition methods and or mixed methods, we adjust the PB ratios of LHE's peers to be more comparable to LHE's PB ratio. Currently, LHE is trading at a PB of 0.7 times, which is a 38% discount and its 1-year average of peer median adjusted PB of 2.2 times. As a result, we believe LHE's valuation looks attractive as its key LH 3.1 project has been cleared and largely compensated for while also completing high proportion of the government's land rental fees. Recommendation history with the actual price and target price. Financial statements. And that brings me to the end of my presentation about LHG. If you want to open a legal trading account, please contact us with the information on the screen so that we can assist you. Hope this video will be useful for you and thank you for your listening. See you next time.